The Ben Eubanks fight. So we can do the thoughts on the fight, but I want to mutate that a little bit. The display of parenting and fathers in the ring. So there was a bit of backlash after the match. Nigel Benn's son, Conor, literally
was just hugging his dad.
Just hugged his dad, put his head on his shoulder, and Ben kissed him.
Yeah,
on the cheek.
Yeah, on the cheek. Is that people are saying, it's mad. Well, why is he doing that? Is that a madness?
I don't see the problem. I really
in the
do
real
not
world, it's
understand
not
the
a problem, man. People got to type something because that's just the way the internet is. Yeah, they're bored. The fight done. Now they just want to say something controversial in the moment. That is a site that isn't often seen, right? Globally. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? We're bad dads.
Affection.
We're never there. We don't know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That was to shut up all of that nonsense. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Because for the mandem as well, it just made me think about my little man. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And also, after the fight done, you're no longer a boxer. You're my son. What I do with you is absolutely okay.
You're off the clock now.
Yeah, like you're my son. Like I'm gonna hold you because you're devastated. You fighting in my honor. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't care how old you are, you're never gonna not be my son.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
One of the things that really got me for that, he did it so casually in front of the camera. It shows me that when they're not in front of the camera, that kind of relationship.
It looked very, very genuine.
Yeah, it wasn't
because he was upset.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? He was upset, and in that moment, obviously, I didn't grow up with my dad, but imagine that I can give my mum a hug. I can imagine the whole of the stadium would have just gone silent, because that's all you want. You want that embrace, that warmness, that safe space. And as Kojo eloquently placed, I believe the more these things are shown, the more the myth is now going to be displaced, and it should be celebrated.
It was beautiful.
So and it's Mandem are saying this. Mandem are saying this. You know what I mean? Like Mandem are saying that was dope.
Yeah.
That's what I was missing. You know, what would I have been like if my dad was there? Do you know what I mean? It's all of these little things that people don't get, because men just get on with life. But that moment was for me, that was for us. Do you know what I mean? Especially black people, black men, black young men. That was us. When Chris Eubank jumped out the van. It wasn't even about
and Eubank Senior.
It wasn't even about it wasn't even about like he finally showed up. It was like man said, I can't let my son do this by himself, man.
I was always going to be here.
Rastafari.
And they tried to cut it on Sky Sports. It was too late. It was too late. It was like Rastafari.
Dreadlocks.
You know, like it was too late. It was too late. They might call it.
Was Eubanks upset at his son planned?
No.
I don't think so.
This
because
was before the fight.
I know, but what it is, because he said on the interview, you hit him with an egg, what part of the game is this kind of, and he said it's disrespectful. But was that to garner some...
He actually said, you know, I never taught you that. Did Karen? Jeez.
So
that's the mum.
Stepped his mum.
Is it definitely the mum?
That's the mum.
I thought he just used it as a...
No.
That was genuine.
It was an uncooked egg, so probably.
But if you... Matting. If you analyze it, so what it was is that, for those that may not understand, Chris Eubank Jr. is physically a bigger man than Conor Benn. So they fight in two different weight categories. Now, someone smaller fighting someone bigger ain't a great thing. So they have to find a weight where they can both reach. Because Conor Benn had to get bigger.
2 weights.
It was just almost eat more. Do you know what I mean? Keep your skill, eat more, just get bigger. But for Eubank Jr. had to lose weight. And they had a plan to lose weight. There was something about the collaboration of the scales and blah, blah, blah. And he missed the weight by 0.5 pounds, right? Which was, they said, was the same weight as an egg. However, you have to think, as a much bigger guy, to lose all of that weight, you're not eating, you're not drinking, you're dehydrating.
He was sweating.
He was sweating, he was training with
before the fight, he was in that thing, innit?
Yeah, the sauna suits and doing all of that. So you have to imagine, if you didn't eat for 2 or 3 days to try and lose all this weight to meet this weight category, and in less than 24 hours time, you now got to go and fight someone, your energy's drained. So Chris Eubank Sr. was saying, well, actually, you're putting my son at risk. Or if it is okay, you've got this small guy who's bulking up, who's going to fight a naturally much bigger guy. You're putting him at risk. And if you know what happened between Chris Eubank and Nigel Watson,
Yeah.
Michael Watson, who is actually related to my sister, and you know what I mean, he got brain damage.
Yeah. Even Gerald McKernan and Nigel Benn.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, mad,
so to see that they've gone through that, he's lived through that, and to then say, actually, let me take my son and put him into this space. And for those that don't know, Chris Eubank's other son passed away 3 years ago. So it's a lot. Do you get what I mean? So as much as there were theatrics, I fully understood the pattern.
We witnessed a movie. I'm letting you know. That was a movie. That was better than Creed.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a real.
This is
was a real
Yeah.
life movie, bro.
Yeah.
And they're going to make a film about this one day.
Mm.
They're going to. Two sons having to meet and their journey all the way up until that moment after their dads fought.
Yeah.
Do you know how insane that is?
Yeah, Netflix have got that. Someone's been
Brother.
Someone's already said, yo,
Yeah.
let me get that to you.
Last couple, do you want to go home or away?
Home.
Yeah.